All right, yo, what is going on, guys? Flamebreaker here, and welcome back to the monthly series where I tell you what games are coming out in a specific month in a specific year. Today, we got May 2026, and I believe this may be a hot take. I believe that this may be the best month for 2026 gaming. There's a lot of amazing stuff coming, and I'm definitely going to be making videos on multiple games that are on this list. So let's just hop right into it. If you guys want to see more of this content in the future, be sure to like and sub, and let's get into it. So first off, we have Directive 8020. And as you can see, this is made by Supermassive Games, the same people who made Until Dawn and The Quarry, two just incredible horror games. I would highly recommend those two. But essentially, this is a sci-fi story where this giant crew is out on a mission to save humanity because apparently Earth is dying and humanity is running out of time. That's what the description on Steam said. I didn't see anything about why it's doing that, but along the way, they encounter this alien organism, which I think is like, the majority of this like goop and all of that. And it has your kind of familiar gameplay elements from Until Dawn and the Quarry, where you need to make decisions. You'll be able to rewind and change the fate of certain characters. But one thing that separates this game from the rest is that the alien organism, or at least one of them, can perfectly mimic other characters. So you may not be speaking to the man you think you're talking to. It could be that you are talking to the alien. So you need to be careful who you trust. So the organism is actually affecting the ship itself, or like infecting it. Don't really know how you can infect a ship, but you know, plot. So it's just kind of looks like it's corroding the ship in a way, so that maybe that's what they mean by it. This game also does feature multiplayer, not in the way you might expect though. Essentially, if you have a bunch of other players with couch co-op, you can decide which characters which player will control, and then one player will play through that character's part of the story where that player or that character is controlled and then pass it on to another person the next chapter or whatever. I don't know if that's the most engaging multiplayer for everybody, but it does still have potential and it can be pretty fun, but especially if you have multiple people. But this game comes out on the 12th of May, I think. Yes. Yes, it does. And let's move on to our next game. Next, we have a game that is super special to me. Forza Horizon 6. I didn't even know we were getting a sixth one until like a couple months ago, where I just randomly saw it on Steam. But now a lot more has been revealed, and it is coming on the 19th. So the Forza Horizon games are by far some of, if not my favorite racing games ever. I absolutely adore these games. I remember playing Forza Horizon 4 for the first time and being absolutely stunned. But either way, nostalgia aside, the gameplay is absolutely incredible. Now, the point of this is that you are a tourist in Japan. That's right. Forza Horizon 6 is going to be set in Japan, and this is apparently supposed to be the biggest open world in the Forza Horizon series. Even bigger than Forza Horizon 5's map, which is Forza Horizon 5's map was absolutely huge. So, the fact that they're going to top that, it feels absolutely crazy to me. So you'll be able to drive over 550 real cars, explore a giant area of Japan. I'm not sure where specifically. I forgot to look that up, but got some clips here of the maps. And as you may be able to tell with all the Forza Horizon games, this one included, obviously, it will have a season system where the season will change. You'll be able to drive in spring, summer, fall, and winter. And one cool thing that I saw is that the garages in this game, you'll be able to buy houses like in other games, but the garages will be fully customizable. Now, what that looks like, I don't know. I haven't seen anything about it, but I'm assuming, maybe like add some props here and there, maybe like change up the color palette, maybe put some wallpaper on there or something like that. I mentioned the story a little bit earlier, but I didn't really go into full detail about it. Basically, you are a tourist in Japan, as I said, but you are competing in the Forza Horizon Festival and, showing that you belong in the big leagues. And there are all sorts of various racing types. You got off road races here, you'll have Grand Prix racing, street racing, just pretty much any kind of racing you can think of other than boat and, air racing. So this game is coming out on the 19th. You can expect videos on this because very special to me. But let's move on to our next game. Here we have Spacecraft. So this game is very similar to No Man's Sky, where it's a online sandbox open world space game where you're able to traverse all sorts of planets and mine resources. So again, it is very similar to No Man's Sky. So if you like that game, this may be, a good game for you. You'll be able to mine all sorts of resources, fly around, and then eventually get out of your ship, walk around, just explore these beautiful planets before starting to build your own base, which can turn into a giant factory like station where you're mining resources or building them, stuff like that. As you can see, got all this stuff, all the generators, all the, drones and mining equipment and all that. And you'll be able to get resources, smelt various things, various ores, craft various recipes, and probably other materials as well. I did want to see. Yeah, here we go. So you'll be able to customize your very own ship as well. As also, I guess I should mention it. Yeah, you got a whole star system worth of things, planets, and you'll be able to rearrange however you like, change the color palettes, put stickers down, and I'm assuming by extent you'll get to change the weapons on it. There is a hyperspace system as well, like this, as you can see. It is multiplayer, so you'll be able to play it with friends. I think it's I'm not actually sure if it's an MMO or not, but I think it's similar to that at the very least. Maybe when you're in like the hold on, let me go back to the beginning. Maybe if in like this area, you may have like all kinds of random players. Maybe random players can show up on your planets that you're on or something like that. So this comes out on the 20th, and let's move on to our next game. Next, we have Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core. Now, if you've played the original Deep Rock Galactic, you are familiar that the game is a space dwarf style game where you go into dangerous areas and mine various ores and then get out. That is not the case with this game. This is a roguelike shooter for up to 4 player co-op game where you traverse procedurally generated, I always butcher that word, caverns, almost like a dungeon crawler in a way. Now, the point of this game is that the Reclaimers are being sent to investigate an event known as the Catalyst, I believe that's what it's called, but it was a devastating event where all mining operations in that area went silent just all of a sudden. So y'all are being sent down there to figure out what's going on and what we can do next. So this also comes out on the 20th, and let's move on to our next game. If anyone had the urge to play as Yoshi again after seeing the Mario Galaxy movie, well, we got a new one for you. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. So essentially, this book here, named Mr. E, has crashed on this random island. I don't really know how. I don't know if he was from like a spacecraft or something. I couldn't find anything about that. But essentially, he has lost majority of his pages, and Yoshi is being sent inside the book. Don't ask me how it works, to help him recover his memories and remember all the creatures inside. So this is a 2D platformer where I don't think you're able to take damage from what I've seen. I think you're like completely invincible in this, other than probably falling down, things like that. As you can see, we got the kind of like Mario, classic Mario style abilities, the ground pound, throw, and all that. So you have to traverse all kinds of various worlds to help Mr. E get his memories or pages, whatever you want to call it, back, and eat random dandelion creatures. That that's disturbing. That's honestly kind of disturbing. Okay, and now we're hucking eggs at them. Okay, that's yeah. I don't think yeah. This may be a okay. All right. Well, at least that's a little more tame. So this game should be pretty chill, assuming that you can't take any damage. It's very more puzzle and like platforming based. I saw somewhere where it said Bowser Jr. was the main villain, but I can't find anything. All of these creatures do have special abilities that can help you as well if they're riding on you or oh here we go Bowser Jr. So I'm assuming he's the one that caused Mr. E to go to crap and oh okay now he's flying. Okay. Either way, this game is coming out on the 21st, and let's move on to our next game. Did you really think I wouldn't talk about this game? I've talked about it multiple times, and every time I can't get enough of it. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. So, this is probably TT Games' biggest game yet. This is unlike anything we've seen in the other Lego games. To start, it is a complete retelling of supposedly everything in Batman lore. So, like every single like comic or show, hopefully every single show, and movie, everything like that is going to be retold. It does take place in the Lego Batman timeline, so all this stuff is canon, and it's not like a direct retelling per se. It is just the story being retold because this is what happened to Lego Batman, you know, the Lego Batman timeline. So as far as the Batman media that we've seen, there are the couple obvious ones, which are the Batman 1989 one, the Batman 2022, the Arkham games, and the Dark Knight trilogy. There are hints to some other ones as well. You could see the classic 1966 Adam West car right here. We got I think that's the Tumbler over there. One of them. Hold on. This one kind of looks like the Batman versus Superman Batmobile. And wait. There, there's two 1966 Batmobiles. You know what? I'm just gonna ignore it. You'll be able to freely explore the Batcave and change Batman's suits as well as the other characters. Now, this game will actually have the smallest Lego game roster ever, only having 7 characters, I believe. However, they went for quality over quantity in this one because every single character has their own unique move sets and abilities and things like their traversal, ranged attacks, everything is just super unique about them. You can see some of the other suits for the other characters. We got some Robin costumes over here. We got the wide array of bat suits for Batman over here, as expected. Got some Batgirl stuff up here. I believe this stuff is for Jim Gordon, and this looks like Catwoman stuff. So the playable characters are supposed to be Batman, Jim Gordon, Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Catwoman, and I believe Talia al Ghul. But here's a look at some of the bat suits here. This looks like the level select screen where you'll be able to replay various levels. This game, it does play similarly to the Arkham games, especially with their combat and stealth physics. However, things like the mini kits and all that are still there. This is still very much a Lego game, not a Arkham game just transmutated in Lego format. Again, this is still very, very Lego based. We got some gameplay of Jim Gordon over here, where he's got a looks like a bubblegum gun. We got some Catwoman stuff here where she can summon a cat. Batgirl should be able to hack terminals. We got some Batmobiles here. Oh, that was definitely the Batman v Superman Batmobile. There was the blue one from earlier. I forgot to mention that. That one is from the animated. This one over here. This one is from the animated series from the 90s. I think it's when the 90s came out. This looks like the original Arkham Batmobile from Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. There's a random police car over here. I think that's the Bat Cycle. That may be the Joker mobile from Arkham Knight, and then this is the 1989 Batmobile. Oh, here we go. Got some quick little clip of the cars here. So we got that. Got the Batman Beyond Batmobile. If you do purchase the Lego Batman, new Lego Batman sets that have the cars and bat suits based on, the ones that are in the game, you are able to redeem a code which will give you a gold variation of that vehicle. And there's one for the bat suit as well. Got 2022 Batman and Batmobile here, and yeah, we got the Nolanverse, Bat Cycle, Tumblr. Also, there's just supposedly there's just supposed to be everything Batman related in this game. Now, obviously, I'm looking at this trailer, and there's one thing that's missing. If you've seen my videos, you may be sick of it, but I just need to mention it. Please, Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, please have content related to the 2004 series. Again, I know you may be sick of me talking about this, but if this is supposed to be all Batman media, there's literally no reason to not have 2000 the Batman 2004 content in this. So I am praying that they add various, like at least something, maybe like a bat suit or the Batmobile or something like that to this game. So this game's open world is actually bigger than Batman Arkham Knight's open world, and is split into multiple islands. And to be honest, I don't remember the names of them. So this game's release date actually got moved up to the 22nd. And don't worry if you pre-ordered the deluxe edition, because the deluxe edition has 3 days early access, but you'll still be able to get that. So if you pre-order the deluxe edition, you'll be able to play this game on the 19th. With the deluxe edition, you get the expansion pack with the Legacy Collection, giving you content from the Arkham Trilogy pack, the Party Music pack, and the Batman Beyond pack, which we saw the Batmobile for earlier. There is a Mayhem Collection coming out in September of this year, which includes Harley Quinn and the Joker as playable characters, and the Sinister pack, which includes 7 new suits for the characters and 1 new Batmobile and 5 new Batcave props. So I'm assuming that Batmobile is going to be that green Batmobile that we saw earlier, which I think is reference to the Joker mobile that was in Arkham Knight. I can't find it real quick. They didn't have a good thing about it anyway. There's clearly a lot to do, which I'm hoping I'll make videos about this. You can probably look out for that. There's 3 big games that, this one, Forza Horizon 6, and one that we'll talk about later that are coming out all at the same time. And with me having a weekly schedule, it's kind of hard to balance all of that. So this game is coming out on the 22nd, as I said. Pre-order the deluxe edition. You'll be able to play it on the 19th, and let's move on to our next game. Now, this game has been delayed once, and if it happens again, I might actually cry. This is 007 First Light, probably my most anticipated game ever. I have been so hyped for this game. Ever since the announcement back in 2020, when this thing was called Project 007, I have been hyped for it. And I'll be honest, I kind of forgot about it as the years went on. We really didn't get any information. But then we got this trailer, a whole bunch of other trailers that I haven't seen because I want to go in as blind as possible, and just a whole bunch of other good stuff. And I just cannot wait until this game comes out. I am thrilled. So essentially, this is a brand new James Bond story featuring Patrick Gibson voicing James. And it's kind of similar to Casino Royale, where you'll be able to play as a young, inexperienced James Bond earning his 00 status. So the main villain of this game is a pirate king named Bama. I hope I'm saying that right. And he is a massive arms dealing trafficker and like curator, if you will, in a country called Alpha. Alif. I really hope I'm saying that right. So, you'll have to take him out, and I think the former 009 has gone rogue. They really haven't said anything about this in the trailers, but they keep mentioning 009 as a master manipulator. So I guess he's going to have a role in this, but just look at all the just look at this gameplay. This is incredible. We got like a whole Uncharted like falling scene. We got the Aston Martin going out. Like please tell me what is not to like about this game. Nothing? Yeah, I thought so. So you'll be able to play as James Bond in his training arc, and as well as this thing here. They at the beginning of the first trailer in this footage I showed you, this scene popped up, or like a couple of things regarding this scene of where Bond did something incredibly reckless in Iceland on like some sort of mission in Iceland, and it got the job done, but it was incredibly, off the book, like not by the book. So he did something. It kind of looks like he's the only survivor of his crew there. But moving on, here's the real Casino Royale looking thing. I mean, like, come on, like the Hawaiian looking shirt, this kind of like construction site area, just the feel of it, and oh yeah, that'll be one thing I'll be happy to see in this game. Them women. Yeah, I'm shameless about it. Bite me. Wait, didn't I say that last time? Black Cat? Ignore that. Anyway, here's take a look at the combat system. There is destructible physics, not just with big ol' explosives. You'll be able to throw people through railings. There was the clip earlier of Bond throwing. Yeah, this clip here, him throwing someone through the wall. There is also a new bluffing mechanic where civilians in stealth games finally make sense. They generally been portrayed as either they immediately call the guards when they see you, or they just do nothing about it. But in this game, you are able to bluff with them and explain why you're there. Now, the reason you're there, Bond's explanation is complete BS, but still, it makes sense nonetheless. Here's the stuff for the pre-order upgrade. You'll be able to get 24 hours early access, 4 exclusive outfits, the Gleaming Pack, which includes all this weird, this random stuff, and the new weapon skin. And if you get the collector's edition, you get all this fun stuff here. And oh, I was about to say, if you do make an IOI account, you'll be able to get an skin based on No Time to Die and a golden weapon skin. And I think because I don't know if I did this right, but because I killed Le Chiffre in Hitman, I should have an exclusive suit in game. So if you did that as well, you probably can. To be honest, I don't know if I did it right, but we'll see. The footage is on my channel, so I have the proof. Now, you are crazy if you think that I am not going to be playing this. All right, I already have this game pre-ordered. All right, I already have it pre-ordered. I will be making videos on this. This comes out on the 27th, as we've seen. If you do pre-order it, obviously you get 24 hours early access. So you can play it on the 26th. And let's move on to our next game. So, have you ever watched a Star Wars movie or a show or something like that, and you've ever seen the Pike Syndicate and thinking like, I want to be like those guys, or at least play a video game like them? Well, that's where this game comes in. This is Star Miner, the closest thing you'll probably get to a Star Wars based smuggling game. Or, well, I say smuggling, it's just more so like a mining game where you build a fleet of starships and, mine various planets for resources, kind of similar to spacecraft. However, this is not like it's two different things because you're supposed to be building your own like starship fleet and all that, and like I guess build your brand by extend. I'm assuming you could sell these things on some form of market, whether that market is legal or not. It'll probably be more fun if it isn't, to be honest. But either way, this mining operation does attract the attention of various aliens, so you will need to weaponize your fleet in order to protect it. But this looks pretty fun. You could have your own mining operation, just have all sorts of cool like docking mechanisms, make it however you want. You got all kinds of like ring designs mainly. And I'm wondering, yeah, we got combat dynamics. I guess those are the aliens. Wait, are those the aliens? No, those can't. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here we go. So, yeah, various aliens will attempt to, I guess, steal your resources and blow up your crap. So, you gotta stop that. So this game is coming out on the 27th, and that's going to do it for today. Let me know in the comments down below what games you're most excited for, if they were on this list or not. And I hope you guys are excited for the videos coming out this month because they're going to be good. But um, either way, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.